Have you ever been punished just for doing the right thing? That's exactly what happened to Daniel. And his story takes us straight into a pit filled with lions, and an even greater miracle. In the mighty kingdom of Babylon, Daniel wasn't just another advisor. He was a man of exceptional character, trusted and deeply respected by King Darius himself. His wisdom, faithfulness, and unwavering integrity made him stand out among all the other officials. The king saw his quality and planned to set him over the entire realm. But Daniel's favor with the king didn't sit well with everyone. A bitter seed of envy had taken root in the hearts of the other high officials and satraps. These jealous leaders began to search for a way to bring Daniel down. They watched his every move, digging for any hint of corruption, any mistake, or any misconduct they could use against him. They scrutinized his work, his decisions, and his personal life. But their search was fruitless. Daniel lived with such profound integrity and was so dedicated in his service that they couldn't find a single fault or error. He was a man beyond reproach. Realizing they could never trap him in his duties to the king, they devised a sinister plan targeting his devotion to God. The group of officials approached King Darius with flattery, proposing a new law designed to stroke the king's ego. They suggested that for 30 days, no one in the entire kingdom should be allowed to pray to any god or man except to King Darius. They framed it as a way to unify the kingdom and honor his authority. Anyone who disobeyed this new decree would be thrown into a den of lions. The king, pleased by their apparent loyalty and not suspecting their malicious intent, signed the law, making it an unchangeable edict of the Medes and Persians. Daniel knew about the new law. He understood the decree and the terrifying consequences of breaking it. He was faced with a stark choice: obey the king or obey his God. For Daniel, it wasn't a choice at all. When it came time to choose between fear and faith, he didn't hesitate for a single moment. As he had done his entire life, he went to his home, went up to his room, and opened the windows that faced toward Jerusalem. 3 times that day, he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he always did. His enemies had been waiting for this exact moment. They spied on him, and as soon as he began to pray, they stormed in. They had caught him in the act. Wasting no time, they rushed back to the king, their voices filled with false indignation, to report Daniel's crime. They reminded Darius of the law he had signed, ensuring there was no escape. King Darius was utterly devastated. He valued Daniel immensely and realized he had been tricked into condemning his most loyal and righteous official. The king spent the rest of the day desperately searching for a legal loophole, any way to rescue Daniel from the fate he had sealed. But the law was absolute and could not be undone. With an incredibly heavy heart and deep distress, he was forced to give the final order. Daniel was to be thrown into the lion's den. As they led him away, the king's last words to him were a desperate hope. "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." Imagine the scene. A dark, cold pit carved from stone, the terrifying roars of hungry, powerful lions echoing off the walls. Soldiers lowered Daniel into the darkness among the beasts, and then rolled a massive stone over the mouth of the den, sealing it with the king's own signet ring. The night that followed was sleepless for the king, who fasted and refused any entertainment, his mind consumed with worry for Daniel. At the first light of dawn, he rushed to the den, his voice trembling as he called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God, whom you serve continually, been able to rescue you from the lions?" Then a voice came from the pit, clear and strong. It was Daniel. "May the king live forever. My God sent his angel and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight. Nor have I ever done any wrong before you, O king." The king was overjoyed, his relief immense. He commanded that Daniel be lifted out of the den immediately. When they brought him out, there wasn't a single scratch on him, because he had trusted in his God. But the story doesn't end there. Justice was swift and absolute. The king, now seeing the wicked hearts of Daniel's accusers, ordered that the men who had maliciously plotted against Daniel be brought forward. They, along with their wives and children, were thrown into the very same lion's den. Before they even reached the floor of the pit, the lions overpowered them, crushing all their bones. Following this incredible miracle, King Darius's faith was transformed. He sent out a new decree to every nation and people in his kingdom. He declared that everywhere people must fear and revere the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, enduring forever. His kingdom will not be destroyed, and his dominion will never end. He is the God who rescues and saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He had rescued Daniel from the power of the lions. Daniel's story teaches us a powerful lesson. Unwavering faith and steadfast integrity in God bring his divine protection and deliverance, even when we find ourselves facing life's most ferocious and seemingly impossible trials. Thank you so much for watching. If this story encouraged you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.